This is for entertainment purposes only. This short story is only for people over the age of 18.
When did we run out of barbecue sauce?
Josh asked, looking in the refrigerator.
You used the last of it on your kebab on Tuesday, Master.
Wendy said, her eyes distant, her mind blank, and her body bare. Josh picked his head up from inside the refrigerator. He wasn't tall, he wasn't handsome, he wasn't muscular. Josh in every way was average. Brown hair and brown eyes behind thin glasses made him look educated. He wasn't overweight or thin, but somewhere in between. Wearing a blue t-shirt sporting Key West and a pair of shorts made him look like he was more interested in comfort over presentation. Wendy was far and beyond in the looks department than anyone like Josh should be with. Her hair was a natural blonde that looked like corn floss. Her eyes were a crystal blue that bordered on gray. She stood a handspan taller than Josh, with her body statuesque. Deeply darkened skin that showed a dedication to tanning was tight against compact muscles. She'd gotten breast implants, but not outrageously large ones, but big enough to be clearly artificial, but not so big she couldn't sleep on her chest if she wanted to. The rest of her body, smooth slopes of muscles under skin that was soft from her recent shower and body lotion. Even between her legs was smooth from her daily shaving. This was not outside of normal for Wendy to be standing there, empty of mind and quiet of thoughts.
Oh, right. I'll put barbecue sauce on the list.
Josh said, grabbing the pen and go to write on the dry erase board magnetically held on the front of the refrigerator. It was a long list of blue ink on the white smooth surface.
This has gotten to be a long list.
Josh said, looking it up and down.
Maybe we should do a grocery run tonight.
I am yours to command, Master.
Wendy said blankly.
Yeah, but you're going to have opinions.
Josh said with a sigh. He went up to Wendy and guided her unresisting lips to his for a long kiss. She kissed back, but only because of a previous command that manifested in her mind when he started kissing. Josh finally broke off the kiss and let Wendy go back to standing and looking off into nothing.
Okay, Wendy, you will wake up on the count of 3. 1. Your conscious mind rising up out of the dark. 2. Your thoughts are starting to spark again. 3. You are now awake and aware of the world around you.
Josh snapped his fingers before Wendy's eyes that were starting to focus.
Damn it!
Wendy said, sounding human again.
Josh, really? Really? You can go to the grocery store without me.
It's like you don't want to spend time with your husband.
Josh smirked.
I want to spend time hypnotized.
Wendy said, cocking her hip.
It's Saturday. No school, no kids, no staff meetings, and no responsibilities. All I need to do is go to the gym and weightlift for a few hours, and I do. Never mind what you put into my head. I don't want to be awake and have to wear clothes.
Not even bikinis.
Josh teased. Wendy licked her lips.
With thigh-high heels.
Wendy said, her eyes going unfocused.
I'd rather just enjoy the bliss of being hypnotized. I could grab that empty fruit salad container from the recycling and read off the list of ingredients to hypnotize myself, or you could be a good husband and entrance me again.
I could just have you hypnotized on the way to the store and then wake you up when we get there.
Josh offered.
Or check out the produce department and drop me into trance when you hand me the fruit salad.
Wendy said with a grin.
That was fun.
Josh said with a smile back.
I think we should only do that in the privacy of our kitchen.
Fine, whatever, spoil sport.
Wendy rolled her eyes.
Why do you even want me to go with you?
Other than you're my wife and I love you.
Josh asked with a cocked eyebrow, that when he was just waiting.
Namely, you like those protein shakes and I always get the wrong one.
Josh said, getting his phone to take a picture of the grocery list.
Oh, well, you don't get the wrong one. I just don't know which one I want until I see them.
Wendy said, looking down at her body and fluffing out her blonde hair. Realizing what she said, Wendy rolled her eyes.
Fine, I'll go with you, but putting on clothes twice on Saturday seems like overkill.
Wendy stated.
Does going to the gym really count as putting clothes on?
Josh asked, looking for the reusable grocery bags on the back of the pantry door.
Yes,
Wendy called out from the bedroom.
just like putting on clothes to go to work count. Are we going to Murphy's Mart?
Are you asking so you can wear a bikini?
Josh asked, looking for his wallet. There was a pause before Wendy said,
Maybe. Yes. Can we go to Murphy's?
Only if you wear that new leopard print bikini.
Josh said, getting his keys.
Done and done.
Wendy said, coming out of the bedroom. The transformation was dramatic. Naked she was sexy, but dressed she was erotic. She twisted her blonde hair into twin buns on either side of her head. Her body pushed the leopard print bikini to the max, showing off lots of cleavage and side boob. The bottoms were equally small and tight on her body. She just finished zipping up black leather thigh-high 5-inch heels that fit her legs like a second skin. Dressed like this, moving on tall heels, she flowed as she stepped forward, with her muscular rear twitching back and forth.
Well, stud.
Wendy said with a grin, as Josh almost drooled over her body.
What are you waiting for?
Oh, cantaloupe, honeydew, pineapple.
Josh said with a grin. The spark that had been in Wendy's eyes faded like a blown-out match-head amber going dark. Her body seemed to slacken and relax, but stay standing, almost as if part of her was limp while the other part of her was stone. Lifting like rising balloons, Wendy's arms with outstretched fingers came before her, almost clipping Josh's chin. To say she looked like a bikini-clad zombie would not be too far off.
Put your arms down and get into the passenger seat of the car.
Josh commanded.
Yes, master.
Wendy said without emotion. The grocery store wasn't crowded on the warm Saturday night. The parking lot was only half filled, and that half had numerous empty spots throughout. Josh had parked a little further away from the door than he needed to. He did this for purely selfish reasons of watching Wendy walk in her heels and bikini. After turning off the car, Josh woke Wendy up.
Crap.
Wendy said, looking around.
It always thrills me when I know I've been hypnotized and things happen and I'm totally unaware of them. Like, when did it get dark?
It was getting dark when we left home.
Josh said, grabbing the grocery bags from the back.
I just triggered you before we left.
I remember that.
Wendy said with a grin.
I love feeling my mind sink into that warm, dark place.
She leaned over and gave Josh a loving and hot kiss on the lips he returned. They probably would have kept kissing if the car in front of them hadn't flashed their lights on.
Maybe not here.
Josh said.
Maybe not.
Wendy said, opening her door and getting out.
I know this place overcharges on soda.
Which we don't drink.
Josh pointed out.
Which we don't drink much.
Wendy agreed.
But at least they don't throw a fuss that I'm in a bikini.
She said this as she started in her swaying and fluid walk towards the front door of the grocery store.
Who would complain?
Josh stated as he watched her barely covered ass twitch back and forth over long, sculpted legs. Josh got a cart and his phone out. The pair immediately went to back of the store, where the frozen food was. They always did this. So they were done shopping by the time they made it to the front of the store, and didn't have to travel from the back with a full grocery cart. Wendy thought it was dumb when they'd started seriously dating. But even without hypnosis, she realized it wasn't a bad idea. With this technique, they were almost ready to check out when they made it to the front of the store, where the fresh produce was. Josh was putting bags of apples and pears in the top of the cart, hearing Wendy's heels clip and clack on the linoleum floor. Then those heels stopped. Josh instantly thought something was off, and he looked at where he last heard Wendy's heels. Josh was just in time to see Wendy looking down into one of the refrigerated stands where the clear plastic containers held pre-cut fruit in separate pockets shaped into a round container. Josh looked at the bright red sign above the stand promoting what was inside. Cut fruit of pineapple, cantaloupe, grapes, and honeydew were in yellow bold capital letters. Josh let out a relieved sigh. The fruit was in the wrong order. The sign wouldn't trigger Wendy. That is when Wendy stood up slowly and Josh's heart sank. She had her glassy look. Her smile was wide and vacant, and her arms started to rise up. An older woman went around the unmoving and zombie-like Wendy. Josh heard the old woman say,
"Excuse me."
You're excused.
Wendy's monotone reply came automatically. The older woman looked up at Wendy with confusion just as Josh got there.
Sorry.
Josh said to the old woman.
She's on some new medication.
Quietly and quickly, he said to Wendy,
Put your arms down and act as if you are not entranced.
Yes, sir.
Wendy said, almost sounding normal as she was lowering her arms. A few people had started to take more interest in the woman in the leopard bikini.
Should I go wait in the car, sir?
No.
Josh said, guiding Wendy along.
I want you with me until we leave.
Yes, sir.
Wendy said, standing much too close to Josh as they checked out with their food. On the drive home, Josh fully woke Wendy up.
I'm sorry.
Wendy said, and sounded like she meant it.
I didn't know that cut fruit would also entrance me.
It's my fault for not being creative enough to come up with triggers that no one would ever say together.
Josh admitted.
I don't think whomever printed the labels on those containers of cut fruit would ever think someone would be hypnotized by melons.
I love being hypnotized.
Wendy said, sounding guilty.
I love knowing that I can give up control to you and you would never do anything to hurt me. Maybe I love hypnosis too much that I can't stop myself from going into a trance. Anyone reading off the ingredients of a fruit salad could do anything they want with me. I don't even remember an old woman there. Just please, Master, don't stop hypnotizing me.
I won't.
Josh said quickly.
I know you love it and I want to make you happy. We just need to modify your triggers. I'm sure the school serves the same fruit salad as when we were kids.
They do.
Wendy said, and her eyes went wide when she realized what that meant.
I could be entranced by 10-year-olds. Yeah, we need to fix that like tonight.
First, put away the groceries before the meat has a chance to thaw out.
Josh said, pushing the button for the garage door, with enough time to pull into their garage.
First, I'm getting out of these clothes.
Wendy said, stripping off her bikini, as soon as the garage door closed behind them.
It feels so good to be free.
I still can't believe you agreed to that need to be naked.
Josh stated as he unlocked the door in the garage to the house.
You're the one that hypnotized me.
Wendy said, getting 2 bags of food from the trunk of the car.
When you hypnotize me.
Wendy said, getting behind Josh as he opened the door and stepped forward.
I'll do.
Josh turned around and smiled. His nearly naked wife had stepped over the threshold of their home, and an ever-present post-hypnotic trigger snapped into her mind. Since she came home with Josh, the trigger activated with the same force and intensity it always did. Wendy's eyes rolled up until only the whites showed. She dropped to her knees, which would have been hard, but they put a good mat down at the entranceway for just this event. Wendy's mouth opened wide as the bags of groceries settled next to the entranced woman. Drool started to form on the side of her mouth.
Well,
Josh said with a grin,
the meat won't thaw out that fast and we have all Sunday to reprogram you.
He walked before the now openly drooling Wendy.
Slave, commence operation.
Yes, Master.
The mindless and obedient and soon to be sexually pleasing hypnotized slave, Wendy said, showing no emotion.
The end. This was a work of fiction. Any similarity between people, living or dead, is purely coincidence. This scenario did not, or should not, have happened in real life. Thank you for listening.